I represent City Employees Local 236, and we pick the trash here in the city of Madison. Well, if we could. I've been negotiating contracts with the City of Madison for 22 years. I think that's about 4 mayors. We've pretty much done it with respect. We haven't had to beat each other up. We've worked things out. We've got good family support and wages, good workplace environments, and a safe environment. That all comes from collective bargaining. Mr. Walker wants to take that away. So we don't want to let him take that away. So I'm going to wind up and I'm going to ask you, what are you going to do tomorrow? Thank you very much. I'd like to present University of Wisconsin History Professor Will Jones.
Some have suggested that history professors should not be speaking out about what's going on here in Wisconsin. But I've been studying public employee unions for 5 years, and I know what they've done for our society. So I will not be silent as people try to take that away. We're destroying the unions that stood up not just for public employees, but for the public services that we all rely upon every day. When Martin Luther King went to Memphis in 1968, he hoped to build a new movement. And he argued that the goals of that movement were more expansive and would be harder to achieve than the goals of the civil rights movement that he had led for the past 10 years. It was an interracial movement of poor people and working class people, and it aimed to ensure that all Americans had access to good jobs, a safe place to live, high quality education, and affordable health care. That movement was weakened by King's assassination 43 years ago today. But no institution has carried on his vision, kept that movement alive more than the unions of public employees. Ask me, the union that was founded right here in Madison, Wisconsin, asked me how to win that strike in Memphis, and it set the stage for a rapid growth of unions across the country in the 1970s. They were not just garbage workers, they were maids and janitors and food service workers and laundry workers. They won decent wages and benefits and gave dignity to those jobs. But the benefits were not just economic. They won workplace health and safety regulations, protection from discrimination based upon race and gender and sexual orientation. They won limitations on their workloads and grievance and seniority procedures. Asked me to work with other public employee unions like the NEA, police and firefighter associations, the Teamsters, the SEIU, and my own union, the American Federation of Teachers. But those unions did not just fight for their own members. They became a critical political voice for working people, particularly as unions declined in the private sector. In many cities, public employee unions were the only organized political advocates for African Americans and other people of color. And in addition to fighting for working people, public employees defended the public services that we all rely upon. They resisted cuts to our public schools, to our healthcare system, to our transportation, and to our public safety. They have been on the front lines of the struggle to realize Dr. King's vision of a society where all people lead healthy, peaceful, and productive lives, where all people can live in comfort and in dignity. And now those unions are under attack. And it's not hard to see the broader issues that are at stake. The same people who want to destroy our public employee unions want to destroy our public schools. They want to defund our healthcare system and deprive all workers of decent wages and benefits. But it's not just those unions that are under attack. While we've been focused on defending our collective bargaining rights, the legislature passed a bill making it more difficult to vote. A direct attack on the victories of the civil rights movement led by Dr. King. The legislature is currently debating cuts to transportation and to education that will reinforce racial segregation in Milwaukee and other cities. Milwaukee is already the most segregated city in the country. So it's not just the future of public employee unions that's at stake here in Wisconsin. It's a struggle over the legacy of Martin Luther King's dream. Too often we think of that dream in simple terms of racial equality, but King himself stated that dream in far broader terms. As he said in 1961, before a group of union leaders in Washington, D.C., his dream was the American dream. It was a dream of equality of opportunity, of privilege and property widely distributed. It was a dream of a land where men will not take the necessities from the many to give luxuries to the few. That was King's dream, and it is that dream, the American dream, that is under attack here in Wisconsin and across the United States. And it is that dream that we are defending right here today in Madison, Wisconsin.